Well, we have a lot less sound than I'm used to right about here.
Start doing the boom, 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 boom,
Dum,
boom,
dum,
boom,
dum, dum. Dum, 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 dum.
boom, boom,
Yep.
chicka, 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 boom, chicka, chicka, boom.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we're doing here. I told you we weren't testing this before we went live, and now you see we probably should have. Actually, I did test it earlier and it worked. Oh, you know what? I did just make changes to my sound output, and I bet that was it.
That's
You think
likely.
that would do it?
It's the likely culprit.
Yeah. Okay. So, with a little different intro, maybe it's quieter, maybe it's less shocking to you. Maybe you're not bopping your head at the bus stop. But welcome to Caching in the Northwest. This is the podcast from the birthplace of geocaching right here in the great Pacific Northwest. Now, it's Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific, and they call me Chris of the Northwest. And we're going to talk about geocaches and geocachers from here and all around the globe. So while you're buying new sunblock and umbrellas, we'll be caching in the Northwest. Now, tonight, well, not tonight, but recently, we just celebrated our 15-year anniversary of caching in the Northwest. Holy cow. That's amazing to me. 15 years of caching in the Northwest, and we're talking about new GeoTours tonight. So listeners, give us your feedback. Tell us your favorite GeoTour and maybe your favorite memory from the last 15 years. I'm hoping there's at least one. And share your thoughts with us about that in the live chat. But until we get going tonight, we got to bring in our hot wired ham. Some say he tried donating blood once, but there were too many questions. Like, where'd you get this? Where'd it come from? Whose blood is it? And why is it in a bucket? All we know is he's our very own wit's end.
Too many questions.
Mhm.
Too many secrets. C-Tech astronomy.
Oh,
Yeah.
how'd you come up with that?
Little anagram thing.
Hmm.
Hey, thanks. It was good to see everybody in person. I know we are, again, one host down tonight. He's got some family obligations, but we did all see each other together in the same place. We have photographic proof.
Oh,
There's the
look at
album
that.
cover from the tour.
It does look like an album cover,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
So had a great weekend. Land Sharks hosted us at the event. Thanks to all of you that made it. Wish everybody could have made it, but well, if everybody showed up, then we would have had to host it outdoors or something, right?
And it was good enough weather to do it.
Yeah, that's true. It was good. Yeah, we had cake and everything. Lackeys that came. It was great. Great time. Great seeing everybody. And speaking of the Land Sharks, I would like to take a moment before we really get the podcast rolling to, well, thank all the patrons, especially the ones that are at the corporate Denali sponsor level. That would be, guess who? The Land Sharks. If you haven't seen their Fun Guy trackables yet, you should check them out. They're kind of cool.
We checked them out in person.
Yeah, we had them in our hands up to the camera, kind of like this, except they were actually there. Maybe like the guy in post-production could CG them in here. But we don't have any post-production stuff. No. Go to the Land Sharks website. Check it out. landsharkz.ca. Or, go back and watch episode 611 because they're in there too. They ship online orders daily. If you're something you want to get your spring geocaching all ready, go order it online today from landsharks.ca. We'd also like to thank Cachly. Cachly, it is the premier geocaching app for iOS. Version 8.1 with Cachly Pro features offline maps of the entire world. You can do Delorme things, you can do county things, you can finish grids, all the things. CarPlay support's coming. Go find Cachly. It's in the iOS App Store, and you can also find it at cachly.com. And finally, we'd like to thank Tourism Valemount. It looks gorgeous up there. Valemount is where every season offers its own unique adventure. I would love to go tour up there sometime. Whether you seek outdoor thrills or a peaceful retreat, Valemount awaits you. Everything is right around the visitor center.
That's
Trust
right.
me on that.
we're actually talking about having next year's get together, perhaps in Valemount.
That's a possibility.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah. Took me all day to get home from Victoria. It might take me even longer to get home from Valemount, but that's okay. It's worth it. Anyway, if anybody out there would like to know more about supporting the show in here, go click the Patreon link. It's over there. We're there. Maybe down there. It's on the cachingnw.com website, don't you know?
Ah, thank you so much. And I'm going to toss out one more thing. Cashly helped me on the way home from the ferry dock in Port Angeles.
Yeah.
As we were driving, I peeked and looked and I'm like, you know what? I'm missing a county that we're going to drive through.
Ooh.
It was just a little outcropping of a county that peeked through there, but Cashly showed me right there on that map and
Good
showed me
call.
a cache that I could grab in there. I stopped and grabbed it. It was tent caterpillars. It was the cutest little geocache. It was
Nice.
a bison tube with a happy face drawn on it and kind of a caterpillar body and a small
Yeah.
little tent hanging on a tree.
I found some good geocaches.
Mhm.
Some cute, some fun, some well hidden, some way up trees, all kind of things with the team last weekend. In fact, for yeah, maybe I can neither confirm nor deny. Yep,
Tech astronomy.
that was a fun movie. I should go back and watch that again.
Was it SeaTac astronomy or is that too local?
I think it was C-Tech.
It was.
CETEC. But yeah, I was going to say for once in my geocaching career, okay, it's probably not the only time, but it is a rare occurrence. I'm caught up on promotion things. I managed to finish all of my treasures this past week, so it was great hanging out with you guys and getting that done. It won't last. They'll come out with more treasures, and I'll
Mhm.
have more holes in my grid, but I'll
You never
cross
know.
that bridge when I come to it.
That's right. I'm actually finding that the treasures are getting me out to go geocaching a little bit more. It's like, you know
Yeah.
what? I got to get that. I've got that blank spot there
Right.
that I can see and I got to go fill it.
And it's gotten me into using the official geocaching app more
Yes.
regularly. So,
I have to say, I think my logging suffers using the official geocaching app and not the templates within Cashly.
so your logs are more unique.
Each one is
Yeah.
handcrafted, artisanal, if you will.
Oh, there you go. Artisanal logs.
Mhm. And maybe a little pumpkin spice thrown in there. Or is it not the right time for that?
It's never the right time for pumpkin spice. Just say no to pumpkin spice.
That's why we're friends. Good answer. Good answer. Is lavender the flavor now?
I don't know. Lavender
Ooh.
blue, dilly dilly.
Cadbury cream egg spice.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those.
Did you see what they did for April Fools? They put out
Good. What was
small
it?
packets, like ketchup packet size of just the cream
Oh,
from the Cadbury cream eggs. Okay, it's not a real product, but I thought that was kind of fun.
could be. Like a Tauntaun sleeping bag became a real product.
And everybody needs a Tauntaun sleeping bag.
Absolutely.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Hey, what time is it?
It's about 10 minutes after 7. But more importantly, it's time for the glow. Now, I know people have asked, what is a glow?
Well, of all the hosts on the show besides you, I guess that's up to me. What is a glow?
Thank you. Thank you. The glow is the geocaching log of the week. By the way, I really like it when people ask, what is a glow? I'm just going to throw that out there. You can,
I couldn't resist Wet Coaster's Tauntaun joke. Better lukewarm than frozen cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. What is a glow? A glow is a geocaching log of the week. So whether you read it or whether you wrote it, we want to hear about it because great logs simply make geocaching better. Now, you can send that email or a recording to feedback@cachingnw.com. You can call in your very own voice. It would be so sweet. It would be artisanal, right? Otherwise, it's wit's end reading these. By the way, cold reading these each and every week. Call that into 253-693-TFTC and show us just how you glow.
All right. Well, hey, the glow this week was sent in from Ackerdock. So thank you, Hacker Doc.
Mhm.
And it's on a cache, Colorado Tigger's Tremendous Tree. It's GC Bravo 2 Romeo 8 Juliet by Backcountry Horseman, I believe is the finder, the logger here. And the log says, this was a challenge to get to. The first time, as I got close to ground zero and was making my plan to make a U-turn, so I was facing the correct direction for a quick getaway, a car came speeding up behind me. So I continued to keep going, planning to turn at the first intersection or turning around if the car pulled into a driveway. Well, it didn't. And there are no more intersections until you get to CR21 over a mile to the east. Fortunately, I turned north and the car turned south, so I drove on up to Saddle Ridge, wound around that neighborhood until I could get back to Bonnie Ridge. This time I made my U-turn successfully and pulled over at ground zero, but just as I did, a car pulled out of the driveway behind me, passed me slowly. I stayed in the car, made a U-turn at the intersection to the west. I knew they would. Pulled up beside me and asked if I needed help. It's typical of folks living out here. By now I had my phone in my hand and said I was answering a text, which I was. And that satisfied them, so they went back to their drive that they'd come out of, turned around again, and went on down the road. Finished my text, quickly jumped out of the car, made the find, and was on my way with no further incidents. Whew. Yeah,
It's
hard to
always good to have a text you need to reply to.
right. Yeah,
on geocaching.
have a reason. It's hard to do the oh, I'm just bending down tying my shoe thing when you're sitting in a car.
Mhm. Mhm. As one does. I've done that too many times.
You
Well,
bang your head on the steering wheel.
I know. Or you have to climb over the center console and get out on the passenger side.
Yeah, well, I think the people guiding traffic onto the Blackball Ferry run people in close to the wall on purpose just to
On
see if they
purpose,
can.
just to see if you
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah. Well, this
Yeah,
guy will never get out. Let's see. Go over farther. Go over farther.
both times getting on the ferry, the driver's door is right up against the center,
Yeah.
what? Wall.
Bulkhead?
I don't think it was the boat head. It was the interior wall.
No, bulkhead, I think.
Oh,
But
bulkhead. Yes. Bulkhead is a very good word.
it may not be the correct word, but it's a good word.
It's a very good word.
It would be like a triple word score winning word, I think.
And there's no way this body was going out through a space this big. Bulkhead is correct.
Oh.
So I crawled over the center console. Now, I'm not as flexible as I used to be.
I can attest for that.
Yeah. But I found that, moving the seat back, pushing the steering wheel in and up as high as you can got me a little extra room and I could scurry over. So not too bad, but doing it both times. Getting in from the passenger side over to the driver's side, much easier when you don't have the steering wheel to fight.
Hey, Start Casher is back watching the start of the show, and we'll catch up live in about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to say hello from the future.
Okay.
Or is it to the past? I don't know. It's a whole time thing. It just makes my head spin.
Well, here. Nope, that's not working either.
Okay.
I was going to play him the intro.
It sounded the same as when you played it the first time.
Bingo. Oh, you know what happened? I packed up all my gear.
Yeah, we did a live event.
Took it to a live event and brought it back, and not everything's working perfectly. But you know what? We're here and we're happy. You know what else is coming up?
Tonight's podcast?
Well, yes, but Bounce Bounce's Star Wars Day event.
Oh,
yes, that's coming up on May the 3rd.
May the 3rd
nearing
be with you.
And I know you want to go and win big prizes from that prize vault. Well, there's one way to do that, and that's with a vault key. Luckily, you're in the right place because Caching in the Northwest has a few of those valuable vault keys. And tomorrow, we will be hiding one in Olympia. Now, I'm going to hide a key tomorrow and place the GC code where I hid that key on the Caching in the Northwest Discord server. So head on over to the Caching in the Northwest website. That's cachinginw.com. Right there on the homepage, there's the link to the Discord server. Go click that link. Go get signed up now.
Yeah, get all that
And
out of the
then,
way today.
that's very discordiant of you.
Yes.
And then you'll be ready when I post that tomorrow, letting you know what geocache I hid that key in.
I think you need to say caching in the Northwest Discord server several more times rapidly to really get it to roll off the tongue.
Caching in the Northwest Discord server.
I noticed you
You
were very
too
slow
can
and
join me
deliberate about
caching in
that.
the Northwest Discord server by clicking on the link to take you to the Caching in the Northwest Discord server. I'll say that 25 more times until you get tired of it.
Okay, I'm tired of it now. You can
Oh.
stop. I have a short attention span.
Well,
Squirrel.
there's no interest until 2026, but
Okay.
there's not a lot of interest in it anyway. No, there's
Actually,
a lot
there's a lot
people.
of interest. I've seen a lot of activity there. It's
Yeah.
been a lot of fun to see
I'm
who's
going to
signing
post
into
it on the
that.
general channel, so you can go there, look for it, and I hope you guys find it.
I won't find it tomorrow, but
You don't know.
hopefully somebody does.
Okay.
All right. Well, that sounds like fun, and the event sounds like a whole heck of a lot of fun. I've never been to one of those bounce events at that building, and this is
The
the
last
final
one.
countdown.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe
Well,
I'll
in
find a way
case
to
you're
teleport
wondering,
in there. Because if you get the transporter working, beam me in there.
okay, Scotty, I'll beam you into the Star Wars event.
Yeah.
Caching in the Northwest is going to be doing a room at the Bounce Star Wars Day event.
Is it a speum?
A speum, something like that.
Okay. That sounds fun. It should be good. All right. Well, looking past that event, I mean, I'm not like ready for it to be over yet. It hasn't even started yet, but all good things must come to an end. And when that event passes, you'll be looking for something else down the road.
It's also a
I
Star Trek
say
reference.
set your sights in the fall because, well, that's gift season. The Geocaching International Film Festival is coming back this year after a short hiatus. So, as if there weren't enough reasons to get excited for 2025, things like 25 years of geocaching, 15 years of our podcast, all kinds of good stuff.
10 years of something else.
I know, and 5 years of something else entirely.
Mhm.
The Geocaching International Film Festival, well, it's coming back. Geocaching, as you probably already know, is full of moments that should be captured and shared with the global geocaching community. Because after all, this little podcast can only reach so many people. Somebody else might not ever find it unless you put it on the Geocaching International Film Festival. Whether you prefer comedies, dramas, sci-fi, any of those things, GIF is an opportunity to enjoy stories, both fictional and real, about geocaching. This year, well, we mentioned all the milestones. We want to celebrate. The theme this year is all about celebration. We're celebrating 25 years of geocaching. They don't mention it here, but I know they're thinking about 15 years of CNW.
Mhm.
They really have to be. And this amazing community has done so much to build this game for a quarter of a century. So the theme officially is TFTC. You might think you know what that stands for, but in this context, it's thanks for the community.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well played.
So if you've got a geocaching story to tell, and you know you do, submit your video starting May 6th. Well, that's coming up real soon.
That's a
You have-
couple weeks away.
Yeah, you have from May 6th until July 31st. You can go to the GIF website and find all the details of how to do it there. And then this fall, go attend an event, share in the laughs, the tears, the nail-biting action. It's November 6th through the 16th. That's when the airing is going to be.
I got to let my nails grow out before I bite
Yeah, I
them.
trimmed mine real short too. And as if that wasn't enough, when you attend that GIF event, you'll earn a GIF souvenir. GIF
Ooh,
2025 souvenir.
I wonder
Yeah,
if there's going to be a treasure associated with that.
it's entirely possible.
But that's
Yeah.
not until November. That's
Right.
a long way away. But if you're thinking about doing a GIF film, right?
Mhm.
A good GIF film. Um, you better get going on it now. You better have AI starting to write your script right now
Right.
so
Well,
that you
and you can head over now. Well, not now. Wait till the podcast is over. But when
okay.
the podcast is over, then head over to the GIF website and you can watch reruns of previous GIF entries. Maybe it'll inspire something.
That's right. Or think, I could have done this better if they had gone this direction instead of that. Maybe do one that geocaching isn't free.
Hmm. That's not trash. It's a geocache.
Yep, those are the ones I remember. And the cute puppies that go out geocaching all day long
I
and then come
remember
home and
quite a
sleep all
few
day. And
little bits of quite a few of them, but
yeah,
yeah, there's some great ones out there. I always enjoy the GIF event. I'm looking forward to it already, even though it's not till November.
yeah. Well, we mentioned it, but on Saturday, that was halfway between last week's episode and this episode,
It was.
ish, right? We were in Esquimalt or Esquimalt, as
It's
the
series said.
GPS wanted us to go to. We were in Esquimalt at the Landshark store for a live episode. It was so much fun to see everybody who showed up. It was it just last week or a week before that I was driving home, and I realized this podcast is 15 years old. It just hit me out of the blue. I was like, wait, how did that happen? How did it get to 15
Right.
years old? Yeah.
Well, just last week, you mentioned just last week in driving. On last week's episode, I was driving the whole episode to get up to the ferry terminal to go to the event.
Yes, you were.
So if you wondered if you can podcast from a moving vehicle, yes, you can.
Well, wits end kit. I don't know about everyone.
You have to be committed. And I've often been told I should be committed.
Bryling says at times the GPS sounded like Escamute.
Escamute. Somebody with a speech impediment.
That's
That was fun.
that's when you tell an Alaskan to be quiet.
Right.
Escamute.
Yeah, that was fun. We had, like I said, at the top, we saw a lot of patrons. We saw a lot of just listeners. And yeah, we had been at the Landshark store for another similar event, Christmas event in
Mhm.
2021, I believe. So it's been a few years since we've been there. That was great. And we even had a couple lackeys attend. And
Yes.
those lackeys, they
It-
like to serve the geocaching community. In this case, it was cake that they served.
we were surprised with a birthday cake for the Caching in the Northwest podcast with the logo on it,
That was quite
celebrating
touching.
15 years.
Yeah. I was going to look
And
for a picture of that cake, and I know I've
and
got one, and it'll take me a minute, but
okay, well,
talk-
JT Coffee and Geocaches were there, and they cut and served the cake to everybody listening to the live podcast. So
yes,
that was
indeed.
really nice. I was surprised.
Yeah, I can't say enough about our patrons and our
Mhm.
listeners and all. It was awesome.
So, we were talking with the Land Sharks earlier this year or late last year. I can't remember when.
It's been a
And
while, yeah.
we said, you know what? We should do another Christmas event with you. And they go, well, okay, we would love to have you, but it's sometimes tough to travel to the island in December. How about if we do it in the spring? It's like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Geocaches is here. We
Oh, look,
love
there's
celebrating with you guys. Congratulations on 15 years. Thank you so much.
thanks.
I think the knife that she's holding is what they used to cut the cake.
It's entirely possible, yeah.
And the table and whatever whatever was in the area, that knife could have done it. So yeah, the last time we were in Victoria was December 2021, and the last time the three of us got together was in 2022 at Woodstock 18.
Hey, at long last. Look, there's the cake.
There it is. There's the three of us.
And more proof that we were all in one room.
And we look surprised.
I was surprised. It was really cool.
Mhm. Everybody, I think, got one piece of the cake, and it was pretty much done.
It was just the right size.
Mm-hmm.
Here, we could do a close up.
Ooh, there it is. Oh, it looks better without three guys standing over it.
That's just so you know, that's before it was cut.
Oh, why were my fingers in the cake? Shh, you weren't supposed to notice that,
Yeah.
Brightling.
All right.
I was, we couldn't find a knife, so I was going to try to karate chop the cake.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that didn't work well. But we had a lot of fun. On Friday, my wife, myself, and Land Monkey went to Bouchard
I
Gardens.
was gonna say.
Spent the afternoon there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely lovely. Wow. You need about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. You can wander through and see everything. Completely worth it. And then Wits End, you went and did something else.
I did this geocaching thing. I think it's going to catch on.
Do you?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Brylang, Mrs. Land Monkey, and I went out and walked a beach. And somebody told me the name of it, and I've already forgotten, but it was great.
Sandy, long,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And a couple of adventure labs along the way, too. Island View Beach. I knew it would just pop up there. Thank
Wow,
you.
you're amazing in your memory how it works.
It's a visual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. We even did an earth cache there. Between some of the caches that I found heading up there and everything we did on that Friday, I think. Well, Friday and Saturday, I got all of my Easter egg treasures, and then I'd get a few more. I think I finished with the last couple of my navigational tools when I got home here. But yeah, fun.
Nice.
And then we all met up for a fantastic dinner.
At
You guys had
Mary's Blue Moon.
Yeah, you guys had prime rib with the largest Yorkshire pudding I've ever seen on a prime rib.
I mean, yeah, it was when Chris of the Land Shark said it's a Yorkshire pudding the size of your head. I'm like, yeah, right. Oh, he wasn't kidding.
Yeah. It's like a big softball.
Yeah. Including prime rib. We ate so much food that weekend in 2 meals.
Yeah.
So there you go. Mary's Blue Moon Cafe in Sydney.
Yeah, it's right near the airport.
Highly suggest you go there on Friday. Make reservations because we're really glad we did.
Yeah.
We drove up. There were people waiting to get in. And the line was quite long.
Prime rib
The
is
packed.
the prime rib is the special on Friday. So
Yeah,
and then breakfast the next day because we weren't
because we were still hungry.
Yeah, you got to go to Floyd's Diner in Langford. Order the Mahoney.
Yeah.
When you order the Mahoney, you get asked if you want breakfast or lunch, and that's all the input you get. The chef makes whatever he or she feels like. So it was great.
Do you have
provided breakfast for Saturday and Sunday. I could come up with one. Hold please.
That was the food for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, pretty much.
Saturday breakfast.
You don't know what you're going to get, so.
And so we were there before, right?
Yeah.
I think at the in 2021.
In 2021, correct.
And we ordered a very good breakfast, but as we were watching orders come out, we're like, "What is that?" Oh, that is the Mahoney. Oh, next time we come, we're ordering the Mahoney. And so we did.
Yeah. So yeah, Chris had a steak and eggs would feed a family of 4 for a week.
It was steak and eggs and like loaded potatoes.
Yeah. And
with,
a whole bunch of toast.
A loaf of bread.
And then I got this. Whoops! I got this Dodgeri's. No, I didn't. I got this.
It needed the Dodgeri's wagon.
Pretty much, yeah. I got this huge sandwich, bacon and ham and
a couple of sandwiches, really.
Cheese, yeah, and also some loaded potatoes. Yeah, it was very, very good. And yeah, it fed me for 2 breakfasts. I think your wife had some of it for breakfast the next day. We shared that for a few days. It was good.
So I highly suggest if you're Victoria, in the Victoria area, go to Floyd's for breakfast, order the Mahoney, and let them surprise you. No two are the same. It's whatever the chef wants to make.
Hmm.
And trust me, you're gonna have enough food.
Yeah, go to
You
the
might want to
Google
split it.
go to the Google image search and just search Floyd's Victoria Mahoney and look at some of the previous creations there. They're really good.
You had me at potatoes.
Yeah. And
The potatoes are good.
Fear the
Sliced
Tubas wants to go
potatoes.
to the island now.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hey, so
Hey,
that's what we did this weekend. Saturday we did more geocaching. Um, I didn't get all the Easter eggs, but I'm close. Let's see. I've got to get an Earth cache. I've got to get an event, and I think that's it. Maybe there's one other. I can't recall at the moment. So I figure an event's going to be easy to do.
yeah, the
And
land
then-
monkeys. Well, I think everybody wanted to go get some caches on the island there. That there's apparently a trend of hiding caches very high in trees.
oh
So they
yes.
had a 25-foot extend pole to bring them back down, and that was kind of fun.
Hmm. Yes. Wow. There were several caches, a couple letterboxes, a couple of mysteries that required. Oh, so I'm sorry. I laughed because I saw Seebeck Tribe says, I still have 2 eggs left.
Yeah,
And I thought she was referring to breakfast at Floyd's because
no,
I think I still have 2 eggs left from that.
but it wouldn't surprise me.
So Earth Cache and virtual, I have to do the Earth Cache as well. The virtual I got, at Bouchard Gardens.
Oh, very well, very good.
And Brian has all his treasures.
Yeah.
And Mary just got her final egg in the Bahamas. Oh, in the bananas and pajamas. I'm sorry.
It might have been the bananas and pajamas in the Bahamas event, but I doubt it.
That would have been a lot more fun to go to the Bahamas and do the bananas and pajamas.
That's
event.
out there by Philippinesis.
Yeah, that's right. In the same area.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mary. I just, I just made it a lot more exciting than it needed to be. I grabbed a cache on the 16th. That was yesterday. And I was actually surprised when I got a souvenir for it. I'm like, what did I do to get a souvenir? Oh, it's Cache in Your Pajamas Day. Even though I've said it on this podcast for a couple of episodes, it just didn't stick. I don't know. It's an odd thing for me. So let's see. Caching Cans got the eggs and navigational treasures complete yesterday while doing the HQ 2.0 Geo Tour. Caching Cans, thank you. Because what you're talking about is what we want to do. Thank you for that segue as we finish up this episode. We want to talk about GeoTours. One of the first ones is something that Caching Cans talked about last week, or was it during the live event? I can't recall because
I think it was a live event.
I think it was. Those two events just run together for me.
Yeah, because neither one of them was in your home studio.
That's right. I was on the road both times. But there is the IsaQuest Sustainability Geo Tour.
I think it's IsaQuest because it's in Issaquah.
Yeah, you're right. Issaquah is a quest. I think that's very clever.
Yes.
I like wordplay. Welcome to the city of Issaquah's or Issaquah Sustainability themed Geo Tour IsaQuest. Follow the Sasquatch mascot to discover more than 15 unique caches telling the story of the climate action in the Puget Sound area. You might just discover a new favorite trail, cafe, store, or museum along the way. Celebrate your completion of the tour with a commemorative geocoin and a full Geo Tour passport. There you go. There's the link there on the screen. If you go to issaquahwa.gov, 5366 IsaQuest-sustainability-geotour.
Yeah,
Just rolls off the tongue.
that's right. It rolls off better if you actually put 3566 in the URL bar, but that's okay.
Sorry, I made him boo boo.
Just head on over and click the link somewhere. You'll find it. You can go visit the IsaQuest game site. It's tour
Oh.
code GT49. And that might be easier to find for you. Geocaching.com, whack play, whack GeoTours, whack IsaQuest.
Is a quest? Should it be a question mark? Is a quest?
It should not be a question mark.
You has quest? Is a quest?
IS is a quest. No,
as we know, the GeoTour is a family-friendly outdoor experience that will give players hands-on understanding of the Boy, I've messed up the way I say Issaquah now. Issaquah Climate Action Plan that can be completed over a weekend. Players must complete the GeoTour passport and either email it to us or hand deliver for redemption of their prize.
Very good. And yeah, the quickest and easiest way is to go to that short code that was on the screen, GT.
Yeah, GT4
Foxtrot
F9.
9. Yep. So that's where you can download the GeoTour passport and start your quest to get that GeoCoin. You know you want to.
It was launched just a week ago today, April 10th. And it takes players from the famous Jacob Two Trees Troll. That's a tough one for me to say. Through downtown Issaquah to the Issaquah Highlands neighborhood, even into the forest at several trailheads. Each site tells a different story related to the community action to protect the environment. Lowest carbon footprint transportation recommends that lowest carbon footprint transportation can help. Recommendations there. That's why I couldn't make that sentence work. Can help to guide you through your activity through Trailhead City, but make sure to take a stop and take in the fresh air and beautiful views.
Yeah, it really is pretty. I like the Issaquah area. It's a great place there. You're going to follow the Sasquatch mascot, and careful how close you follow and watch where you step. But there's some great geocaches out there. There's some great views out there. There are 15 geocaches in the GeoTour. The chat lackey said so. And 2 of those caches have been around for a while. So they're not all completely new caches. Maybe you already have a couple of finds on this. But yeah, go check it out and get that GeoCoin.
I mailed, Caching Kent says I emailed the city, and the coins are supposed to be in Tuesday or Wednesday.
All right.
So this weekend, and we're having 5 beautiful days of weather here in the Puget Sound, followed by 2 days, which happened to be the weekend, which happened to be rainy.
It only rains 2 days a week in Seattle.
That's right.
Saturday
and Sunday. Yeah. So thank you, Chat Lackey, for all that information about IsaQuest.
I think I see smoke coming off his fingers.
Yeah. So some may ask, what is a GeoTour?
Oh, that's a different question.
Yeah.
Yeah. What exactly is a GeoTour anyway?
A GeoTour is a special collection of geocaches designed to guide geocachers. Hold on, I have to move my phone because it was apparently getting a text here soon. Oh, thank you, Freiling. What is a GeoTour? It's a special collection of geocaches designed to guide geocachers through interesting locations, combining geocaching with tourism. It's a great way to explore new places while enjoying our favorite hobby.
Who doesn't like a special collection after all?
I've been called special.
Me too. GeoTours are fun. They've been around a little while. And they're making new ones like this Issaquah one.
Yep.
And some are relaunching. The Garland History GeoTour in North Texas, it's northwest of something, has recently been relaunched. It's got new geocaches and a special GeoCoin, of course.
Of course.
It's a fantastic way to learn all about the local history of North Texas there.
I'm looking to see if I have a GeoTour GeoCoin right at hand, and they don't seem to be because they're that special diamond shape. Okay, I have to set the record straight here. Star Casher, he says, wow, 40 minutes into the show and you finally get to the topic. It's the second topic. The first topic was the 15-year anniversary. So just to let you know, yes, we're getting to a topic, but it's the second topic. This is a kind of different show. We're not doing just one. So
And Land Monkey's not here to steer us straight.
that's right. So take that, Land Monkey. Skyhawkers has a geo tour for the Santa Fe Trail.
Oh, fun.
That might be fun to do.
That would be fun.
Also, this month, along with being Earth Day, Earth Day's coming April 22nd.
Yeah, I think that's what, Tuesday?
That's Tuesday. Can you believe it? So there will be Earth caching this weekend, or next weekend, I should say. What? Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. We'll get back to Earth caching and this new thing, but the Santa Fe Geo Tour, Santa Fe Trail Geo Tour, GT34 has 72 caches in 5 states.
That's halfway to gross.
That's right. That's almost gross. That's half
gross.
of gross.
That's a lot.
I didn't think the Geo Tour was going to be that big, Skyhawker. So thanks for sharing that. That sounds exciting.
I assume that's New Mexico, Santa Fe.
Well, it's 5 states.
Right.
Santa Fe Trail doesn't have to be just in New Mexico.
Yeah, it's true.
What would it be? Would it be from like Texas to California?
Well, I don't know. Talk about something else and I'll look it up.
Okay. So the new Geo Tour that's launching, that's being promoted by HQ, is called the Planet Wow. There's an exclamation point. Planet Wow Geo Tour. It's a collection or collaboration between Tinkercast, Aspen's Institute Media, Planet Media, and the Nature Conservatory, along with Geocaching HQ. The Geo Tour focuses on environmental stewardship and offers some unique geocaching experiences.
Oh, here you
We're
go.
going to talk about that a little more.
Here's the Santa Fe National Historic Trail Geo Tour. It has over 2,000 favorite points, but it looks like it runs from Missouri, New Mexico, Denver, Colorado, Kansas, and just ticking across the corner of Oklahoma there, maybe even touching Texas.
Did you say New Mexico?
Yes.
Yeah. New Mexico, Texas. Okay. Co and Mo.
Mm-hmm.
According to Caching Cans.
Yeah.
Now, when I think Santa Fe Trail, I think Cattle Drive, but
I was going to say, it looks like Kansas.
I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, not Texas, Kansas.
Kansas.
It's hard to tell from this map whether that actually was in Texas or not.
Right. Right. At that zoom level, that, that little circle there covers,
there you go. Is that better?
50
there
miles.
You go. Now you can tell it's not.
Oh, clearly not.
Yeah. So yeah, there's I think I would venture to say the majority are in Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that looks cool. I've driven many of those highways. So thanks for bringing that up. Now I got to make that. Oh, and Skyhawker did it in 2019. So it's been around a while.
Road trip?
Yeah. I like road trips.
Did it in 2019. Wow. That means it's been around 6 years.
You did that math in your head, didn't you?
It hurt, but I did it. And I just want to state out there that Geo Tours are not necessarily cheap to renew.
Right.
So they've put some money into this. That means they want to keep it going. So guys, go out and go do this Geo Tour. It's exciting. IHAM brought up a Geo Tour that I've done that I have to agree with him. One of my favorites. Now it's a small Geo Tour, he says, was the Bigfoots down in the gorge. I don't think it's still going, but it was fun. It was a 10-stop Geo Tour with carved statues of big and little foots. Some were littler than others.
Yeah.
I got 9 of them on one trip, and the 10th one, there was some flooding and it was way out there, and I was like, nope, I'm not getting that one today. So I had to go back and get that, because you don't get the souvenir unless you get all 10. Even though I got enough to go get I think a coin or a trackable of some sort.
I see Barling was trying to trigger people's phones. He says, "Hey Siri, what was the Santa Fe Trail's primary purpose?" And I'll have you know that from 1821 to 1880, Santa Fe Trail traders hauled manufactured goods from Missouri to Santa Fe and returned with silver coins, pelts, and mules. And yes, I'm a West Coaster. It's Missouri, not Missouri. But
So it had nothing to do with cattle. Manufactured goods. Yeah, I guess you could manufacture cattle if you do it just right.
all right. Well, you
I get
mentioned
what
Planet
Gia's
Wow.
trying to do.
Oh,
Has
you
anybody
know,
heard of Gilby, North
we've heard
Dakota?
of it. We're kind of fuzzy on it. If only Lackey would come on the podcast and talk about it again with more detail. I think that would be great because
Oh,
there's a GeoTour there now. GT4 Echo 9.
oh, a GeoTour in Gilby.
Hmm.
Seebeck Tribe says, I'm not even sure where in North Dakota that may be. And if you're driving through North Dakota, you may completely miss Gilby.
And I'm pretty sure that I need North Dakota to fill in my geocaching map. So
Road trip?
we're going to have to get to Gilby sometime. That
Yeah,
just, it sounds way too much fun.
yeah, I agree. I think we're going to have to do Gilby. There you go. Geocache road trip.
Oh, hashtag geocache road trip. Haven't really hit that for a while.
Okay, so GeoTours.
Yeah.
You know what? There was a new Smokey the Bear 75th anniversary
Talking about
GeoTour.
anniversaries this year.
Yep.
Yeah. 75.
That was a lot of fun. But for those of you planning to make a GeoTour, sorry, I'm seeing the chat go by, and I'm a
Isn't it
little
fun?
distracted by the chat tonight. Who knows what's going to pop up there? If you're planning to do a GeoTour, do a little research first. Maybe contact our research department to help you do that research. You
We'll
never
rent
know.
him out to you.
Yeah, okay. There is an hourly charge, but
Yeah.
it's worth it. Just don't tell him there's an hourly charge because he doesn't get any of that. So, do a little research, find where, the best places, if you're having to travel, the best places to stop, find your local airport, make sure all the stops are active and available when you go to do it. Because if you miss one, you don't get the souvenir for that GeoTour and it doesn't claim it is done.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, plan out your trips if you have enough gas, food, snacks, water, whatever you need. So,
All right.
Chat Lackey says you must pay me in gas money and geocaching companionship and snacks.
And snacks. Don't feed the bear. Oh, wait. Yes, feed the bear. He gets cranky if you don't.
That's right. Exactly. Oh, Starcacher knows me. Squirrel.
Yeah. Squirrel. Yep.
Squirrel. Chat. Wits End, this one's for you.
Yes, both Missouri and Missouri are valid pronunciations according to a poll taken at the state fair many years back. Thanks, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Former resident of the Show Me State, as I recall.
That's right. Skyhawker says the good GeoTour owners usually make allowances for missing caches. And that's true. If one is truly missing, now the one that wasn't missing for me, I just couldn't get to it. And I didn't feel right contacting the GeoTour owner and said, hey, I think I should get credit for that cache because, no, I let it go. And then I went and got it back later. So, okay. So this Planet Wow GeoTour that we started to talk about, 20 minutes ago, it seems.
We're coming full circle.
We're
coming back and picking it up
with an existing podcast of Planet Wow. Now, I've listened to a couple episodes of this, and I remember, okay, Wits End, you and I have kids in the same age range. And so
Indeed.
we did some of the same parenting things, right? Do you remember putting your kids to bed and let's play a cassette of an audio story to help them to go to sleep?
Cassettes. Yeah. I remember cassettes. Yeah.
And a cassette, maybe a CD,
Hmm.
but they were mostly cassettes. And there was a location in there that seems familiar. Yeah, where was that? Oh wait, they were at Wits End.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember Wit and Wit's End. I often get asked if that was the inspiration, but no.
No.
I am familiar with it, but no.
So this is a story of a couple of people. Let's see if I can come up with their names. Um,
Is that you thinking of the Tinkercast and all that, or
no, the host Ray Gaz and
okay,
Mindy, Guy
okay,
Raz and Mindy, and they do the funny voices, right? That makes it so much
oh
more
yeah,
interesting for the kids.
way more entertaining.
Yeah. So if you go to listen to the podcast for the geocaching episode, apparently somehow they were stuck inside the geocache container. And as soon as it was opened, it sounded like an ammo can, right? Um, they were, oh, thank you so much. You let us out. We had so much fun geocaching, but we got stuck inside this geocaching container. So um, these podcasts are designed for kids between 6 and 12 and their families. So there's some humor in there adults will find entertaining as well. And
Very
it
fun.
welcomes all adventurers, the young and the young at heart, to embark on trailblazing, an audio-filled action-packed adventure with places that you're never going to guess it. Wow.
That sounds like fun,
Yeah.
especially if you've got youngins in the family. That would be a lot of fun.
So this geo tour that's associated with this podcast is at 5 locations, I believe 5, maybe 6 locations across the US. I was going to say New York, maybe there's 2 in New York, 1 in New Jersey, and then we hit, like Missouri, Texas, and somewhere in the Southwest, Arizona,
Okay,
maybe.
you could pick up some of those while you're doing the Santa Fe tour.
You could work that together.
Yeah,
So if you want to get involved in these, there are trading cards that can be found in geocaches, or you can print your own trading cards and put those in geocaches. I think
nice.
it's going to be a lot of fun for the kids.
Yeah, collect the whole set.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I want to go do some geo tours now.
Yeah. I really do enjoy geotours. A week ago, we talked about using geocaching as your tour guide,
Hmm.
and a geotour is a great way to do that,
It
right?
is. Yeah.
Because as we know, they're a curated collection of geocaches, and they take you to great locations that are worthy to have a geocache, and usually get a good favorite point out of it.
Indeed, we do.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That was the second topic we wanted to talk about tonight, was the geotours.
Geo tours, anniversaries, Earth Day. It's coming up Tuesday.
Earth Day.
Yeah.
That means Earth Cache Weekend is coming up.
Well, it's always coming up. It just depends how far you consider the range. But there's a little tip I was going to throw out there. I see it. You mentioned it here. But if you're going out for Earth Day, or if you're going out for any day, take care of the earth. Pack a trash bag and clean up some trash. Do your own little CETO. Even if it's not CETO season, do it anyway.
That's right. I gave the tip. I don't remember. Again, I'm sorry. These two podcasts have run together. If it was last Thursday or Saturday, but next time you're in the grocery store, you probably, if you're anywhere, on the West Coast, you're not going to get a plastic bag, right? And maybe some places don't even have them. Other places you have to pay for them, but you can always get one of the vegetable bags. They're really thin plastic. They're going to be good for picking up 1 or 2 pieces of trash while you're on the trail. And
Mhm.
they're very tiny when you roll them up. You can put them in a pocket. You could put them in a purse. So take a couple of those with you. clean up the game board
Absolutely.
as you're out there enjoying geocaching.
Wow.
There.
The hour has flown by.
I said it. I know. I can't believe it. Folks, thank you for tuning into this episode of Caching in the Northwest. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
I hope you did. I want to take a second and let's thank Land Sharks. Let's thank Cashly, and let's thank Tourism Valemount. Those are our corporate Denali level sponsors. Landsharks.ca is the outdoor adventure and geocaching store. Check them out online, and they ship online orders daily. Cashly is the geocaching app for iOS. You can go to cashly.com or the iOS App Store. And if you want to plan a fun trip, go check out Valemount at visitvalemount.ca. We'd like to thank all of our faithful Denali level supporters. That's Landsharks, Cashly, Tourism Valemount, the Cool Cow Cachers, and Hawaiian Miley. If you'd like to know more about supporting the show, click the Patreon link on the cachingandw.com website. Now, all those wonderful patrons, we'd like to recite them all right now. Let's start with Antaeus,
Railroad,
Kitty Quest,
Logwork,
Just Carlo,
M-Nerve,
Butterfly Girl,
Gundark 2000,
Limax,
Korsgott,
The Camp Clan,
NW Cats.
J-Car,
How about geocaches and her giant knife?
Serving Cake Like a Boss. Let's see, Gas Station Tuna,
And the Terrible Teas.
CRS 98,
Keats 94,
Greenwords,
GeoBirder,
the Seebeck Tribe,
LG 9000,
GSM times 2,
Subway Mark,
You Talks to Rocks,
Mountain Bike,
Just Finding Our Way.
Skyhawker, active in the chat tonight, and
Yeah.
apparently on the Santa Fe Trail.
I'm reading through this list going, oh, I saw that person at the event. Oh, they're in the chat. This is fun. Let's see. Alondro,
Team Noltex,
Genies,
Lost Ken,
Hackerdoc, thanks for the glow.
Flagman,
GeoNav Pro,
Wet Coaster,
UDAC,
Peach of Washington,
Alan.
Kid Vegas 19,
Ooh, I ran into him on the way home. And look at Lisa. Boomer 365,
Sprouter,
Whidbey Island gal,
BC Rock Crawler,
Doramore,
B Pendragon,
Trexer, and
our newest patron, JT Coffee.
woohoo. Thank you, all of you wonderful patrons.
Yes, we thank you, each and every one. Thank you all for taking the time to listen to this episode of Caching in the Northwest. Your support helps keep the quality shows coming. So if you like the show, please click on the Patreon link on the cachingandw.com website. Better yet, share your ideas for things we can talk about. If you like the vibe, please subscribe wherever you get your podcast and give us a review. If you were in a restaurant, you would tip. If you were in a live audience, you would clap, and we proved it. But since you're on a podcast, leave us a free, fast, fabulous, fantastic 5-star review. Of course, you can call into 253-693-TFTC and leave us a comment, ask us a question, or send us on a world tour any time of the day or night. And of course, you can email us at feedback@cachingandw.com. Join us every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific for a live show and even livelier chat. The show is produced by Chris Umfenauer, Jim Paulwitz, Jay Kennedy, and Brian Lang. It's licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license, copyright 2025 by Chris Umfenauer. And folks, I ask you to stay tuned for
The After Show.
Was it louder this time?
A little bit. I helped it. There's your wet coaster clapping for you.
Oh, fun show, guys. Thank you.
That was fun.
Let's see. Bryling says, while in Victoria last weekend. Oh, he was there too? Yes, he was there.
Yeah.
Bryling, we had a lot of fun with you. Thank you so much. I completed my 21st DT grid, and a while later, my 22nd DT grid. I only needed 4 caches to do that. Wow. I thought there were more than 4 caches in the DT grid, but apparently not.
He logged each of them several times.
Oh, okay.
You log the find, you log in, you change the attributes, you log it again. No, that's not what he does.
Oh, the The joys of being a reviewer. You can set any geocache you want to that specific.
He doesn't really do that. I'm kidding.
Okay.
There might be lackeys listening. He'll get in trouble.
And that's true. Have you met him? He's always in trouble.
This is true. Okay. You're on your own.
Caching Cant says, I'm planning on getting number 6,000 at Bounce Bounces CCE.
Nice.
I'm currently at 5,846.
You're more prolific than I. To get that many caches between now and then would take me years. Yeah.
Here, you read this next one.
Good job. Let's see. I used geocaching connections to give away 2 tickets to Hamilton and Spokane last weekend. It's interesting. My coworker and his girlfriend went to watch Hamilton in Spokane last weekend. I wonder if he was the recipient. Anyway, I asked a couple of folks I had met, then someone I had heard of, and finally a complete stranger.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be interesting if that was really the connection?
Complete stranger did not fear the tuba.
No. Well, I don't know about the people that received your tickets, but my coworker and his girlfriend had a wonderful time, enjoyed the show thoroughly.
Nice. I haven't yet seen it. Maybe one day.
I've seen it on TV, that's all.
Yeah, that's true. IHAM wishes everyone a blessed Maundy Thursday. Is that how you say it?
Monday, Thursday,
Monday?
Good Friday, and Easter Sunday. Yes, get out and get to church on Sunday. You got to pick up the umbrella you left behind at Christmas. And, if you haven't ever looked into the reason that the calendars are set the way they are and put the world in motion, you ought to check them out.
That's right. That's a really good point. And it's Easter, y'all. Speaking of GeoTours, Seebeck Tribe. Hi, Lori. Seebeck Tribe traveled around Washington in 2023 doing the SGA GeoTours. There were 7 of them that year. Ended up doing about 6,000 miles. It took me to places in the state I'd never been to before. And Caching Cants said, same as Seebeck Tribe, I enjoyed driving all over the state to get to 7 Washington State Geocaching Association GeoTours. One trip included 1,200 miles in a weekend, almost nonstop driving.
That's a lot of driving in one weekend.
I mean, they obviously had to stop to get the geocaches, but not much more than that.
That's not, there's not much time to do much else.
Mm-mm. That, I don't often say that things are unsafe. That might be unsafe. Nonetheless, you know what? It's geocaching.
That's right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm missing a story here. Caching Cants. That's always an adventure. I got stuck in the I got stuck in the national forest for about an hour when my car wouldn't start up near Twisp. The adventures that happened are great memories.
Oh, we'll look back and laugh on this someday.
Today's not that day, but someday we will laugh. Geez, luckily we didn't have car trouble, but definitely lots of long drives, especially on the east side.
Yeah, there's lots of open land over here.
Yes, there is. And miles without cell phone coverage. I tried Lookout Lisa and the LFT librarian, and then tried Mountain Goat 50, who recommended Hamarino for the win. Love the caching family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's she's talking about the tickets she gave
tickets for Hamilton. Yeah. Yeah. As I was saying, on my way home from the event on Sunday, I stopped at a rest area here in Snoqualmie Pass and ran into Lookout Lisa and Kid Vegas 19. I was like, hey. And she said, there's a new cache over there. So
of course there is.
Yeah.
Let's go get it.
We did.
Okay. Seebeck Tribe says, I was lucky since the car started while talking to the tow truck driver at that time, saved me about $700. Ooh. Seebeck's Tribe is loving the new background.
There you go.
I'll show you more of it. I thought we should do a couple of video backgrounds every now and again. I don't want to do too much motion. and just, hey, apparently
Did you film that
last
at Bouchard Gardens?
last week, we had the waves back there, and that caused a little motion issue for a couple of people. So I thought maybe the flowers this time of year would have been appropriate.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to click buttons here.
Spring has sprung.
4,000 plus kilometers in 96 hours might have been unsafe.
That's a lot of driving.
Remember, geocaching is free and safe. Always.
Your mileage may vary.
Your mileage may increase.
Yeah.
Folks, thank you so much for joining us. And until next week, get out and get caching in the Northwest.